So January calendar will come out hopefully this week. I kind of wanted to get it done today. So once I get that done, I'll post it. Okay. All right. But I do want to mention that tomorrow kicks off the Dream Team New Coach University. And I know we have a few coaches in here that are doing it. And I really want to encourage our entire team to do it. Or it's on Vimify, and you can go through it and just, there's like little tasks that you can complete and click one day at a time. A lot of us that have been coaching for more than a few months have done a lot of these things. However, there's a reason why Melanie is the #1 coach. She's really good at what she does, and her training is amazing. And there are hundreds of other coaches within her downline that have really awesome teams of their own that still default to her Coach University every month for all of their new coach training. Vimify costs money, and especially being that kind of organized and running your own coach training. And where we've done kind of a training for our team in the past, I just want to default to hers for now, because I want to kind of just get a feel for it. 2018, new year, new goals, and see how we can get our coaches started off right this year. See if that new coach training makes an impact. See if it helps people feel a little bit more accomplished because they're in a group with not just 5 or 6 people, but 15 or 20 people checking in every day and talking about their goals and talking about things they want to accomplish as a new coach in, the first week or in the first month, in the first year, and things like that. So I have the link to that new coach training. And I think we have 5 coaches in there right now. But if anybody has any new coaches that would be interested, I'm going to type it into the chat. Then this is the link that we need to use to add them to. So I put it in the chat. I'll put it in a post today too. Yes. Yes.
I put my
Really?
Toilet, and then I flushed it into the toilet and spoke out.
Thank you. Thank you. That 3-year-old play-by-play. Like, I went to the toilet, and then I put the toilet paper, and then I put, like, really, oh my gosh. Okay. So.
I know I'm cooking. You have to hold on a minute.
They're like, Mom, cook faster. I'm starving.
Well, I slept in today. Huge mistake, because they got up early.
Oh.
So, normally you're prepared.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I set my alarm for 7:45, and I slept until every bit of 7:45. And that was good. So New Coach University, just to kind of get a feel for a different set of steps for training. So Sarah, like if you want to talk to Tracy and see if she would be interested in doing that. Melissa, if you want to see if Sam wants to do that too. We can put them in there and just kind of get a better. And what's nice about it is that you can literally go in and complete the tasks on your own. Like, you don't have to do it in 30 days. You don't have like a set, you have to spend an hour every day. Like, if you don't have the time to do it, that's kind of set it up that way. So I really like that, that you don't feel like you're getting behind.
Yeah.
And then 80-day obsession. So apparently customer service is like way backed up on orders. And like, I have a girl who ordered December 29th, and she just got an email that they're set to ship on January 8th. And I'm curious, like, because, we want to have our people have their stuff before the workouts start and not have to default to Amazon or something like that. So, Yeah, I'm going to be doing last call posts for the whole week to just get them started with the workouts on January 15th. But I'm trying to give anybody that orders, I'm trying to give them a heads up and let them know, like, listen, I think it's a little bit delayed right now, so you might not have your equipment by the time to start on Monday. However, it will be here, and just keep an eye out in your email, it'll come. So just a little heads up there. And I would continue to do last call posts throughout the week. Just getting people hyped up about 80-day obsession, because technically the 15th, like, you can't get behind in these workouts. Like, they're one day at a time, and with my group, we're going to follow the calendar exactly how it goes. And then, when it's all said and done, then I'll do another 80-day obsession group. But I'm not going to run an 80-day obsession group every month, and have a different calendar for each group. Like, we start 80-day obsession today. This is how we're doing it. If you want in, like, you can do it on your own schedule in my other challenge group, but like, this is the calendar that we're following for this group. So I'm just going back to people that have been interested, talking to them, letting them know, like, you still have the time to get in last minute. I'm going to do posts pretty much all week about that. Hi, buddy.
Can you say hi?
Hi.
We can hear you.
So, I don't know. I mean, I personally went all in with this launch, and I didn't know what to expect, because I feel like it is a little bit of a step up from a regular program that we've done. But I think just pumping out those transformation pictures.
Yeah, I need to find those. Yeah, hold on.
Go get a bowl and I'll get.
Hold on just 1 minute.
What did you say, Melissa? I'm sorry.
I need to do a post today with those in them, and I know you've shared them before. Where do you have them?
So I just created a separate, like, on my personal page, when you can add pictures, you can do like create album, and you can create a public album, so that way people can view. Yeah, just on my Facebook page.
Okay.
And you'll just create an album, and put the pictures in there. And then you can always go in and add to it. So, like, you can add 6 transformation pictures today, and then, like, on Tuesday or Wednesday, you can add a couple more. So then that album pops up again, so people see that.
Okay.
So that's what I've done. Like, I've done a transformation Tuesday, but I've added a picture to that album. But I did a post on Transformation Tuesday, and they're all public posts. So that way people saw a separate Transformation Tuesday post, but then it was in that album, so they could go in and click through the other transformations too. And I think maybe I did it on my, I don't know. I think I might have done it on both, maybe my fitness page too. But yeah, that public album. Yes. I can. Yeah, just a minute. Hold on just a second, guys.
Sarah, I know you're muted and you can't talk back to me. It's Melissa talking. But I just want to tell you that you are, like, seriously kicking major butt, and, like, your posts inspire me. So you're totally doing something right, girlfriend. I love it. Also, I didn't realize how much weight that you lost until you just posted those pictures the other day. I was like, man, it's so funny to talk to you right now, because you can't talk back to me, so it's like I'm just talking to myself.
Who are you talking to?
I was talking to Sarah.
Oh. Sarah, what are you doing over there? We never know what you're doing over there. You're just,
I know, right? What is she doing?
are you at church? Are you listening while you're at church, Sarah? Are you in your bed? Are you snoozing with a headphone in? So, okay, New Coach University, 8 Day Obsession. What else?
In the background, can you hear that? Okay, it's not affecting you.
Super Saturday. So Super Saturday St. Louis was yesterday. It was good. I'm a little flustered. The market council has been demanding a lot of my time lately, and I don't really know how to bow out gracefully, because there's, you give 8 women who are leaders the ability to run an event, and everybody wants to do it themselves, and nobody wants to compromise with anybody. So it's been a little frustrating, to say the least. So I am trying to juggle that. And anybody that wants to step up and join the market council, I would love to have somebody else jump in. But I will say, like, the one big takeaway from yesterday was the fact that, like, everybody came together, everybody shared some stories, some transformations, some inspiration, motivation, and left feeling really, really good. So I think, if nothing else happened from yesterday, knowing that we, helped inspire and motivate a room full of, 80 people or whatever, is a pretty good feeling. So we had a local leader, Amy Probst. She's a 3-star. She's like in Illinois, came and spoke. And one thing that she spoke about that was pretty significant was recognition, and recognizing anybody in any stage of their business and or fitness journey, and just shouting them out or sending a voice message or giving them some personal encouragement, and just telling them, like, listen, I know this is hard, but you know what, you're doing awesome. Keep going. Don't quit. And so she had challenged everybody there to, at least 3 times a week, do some form of recognition for, and it doesn't even have to be somebody in your challenge group. It can be your spouse. It can be your kid. It can be your mom. It can be, a random person that has done something for you or doing something amazing with their life. But she said to include that in your weekly tasks, just for the sole purpose of making somebody else feel really, really good, because that's pretty much what we do as coaches. We encourage and support each other. So adding in that recognition, and anytime anybody has any kind of victory, to celebrate that. And I know it's hard to kind of get caught up with, I'm trying to post 3 times a day, and I'm trying to do this, and I'm trying to stay on track, and I'm trying to track my business, I'm trying to send invites. Like, when do I have time to do the other stuff? Well, sometimes if some of those other things have to kind of go on the back burner, that's okay. That's okay. That's life. And the beauty about coaching is that you don't have to have a specific agenda all the time. You don't have to have a rule to follow. I am going to upload a daily activity tracker that you can use as a daily guideline on things that you can be doing to forward your business. If you are a coach who wants to build a business, then yes, I would say 100% use a daily tracker. If you are, like Melissa, you had just mentioned being a hobby coach. If you're a hobby coach, then I would say I wouldn't stress about them so much. I would say do them when you can, and when you do them, do them as vital behaviors. Make sure that you're doing, at least the personal development aspect behind the scenes, or, and that doesn't mean you have to read a leadership book. That just means you're doing something for yourself. But, same thing when you're in it, just doing those, connections and follow-up, things like that. So I will put a tracker in. If anybody has anything specific that you want included in that tracker that you're like, you know what, Ashley, if I don't do such and such every day, then it doesn't get done. Or if I'm not reminded that I need to do that, then it's not going to get done. Then please let me know. And I am going to attempt to make a working document of that. I am also not super tech savvy, so it might not look so pretty. But I'm going to work on that. And then I actually wanted to encourage everyone to consider getting a success partner for whatever stage you are in your business, just to have somebody else to bounce ideas off of, and somebody that's going to challenge you a little bit, and not be afraid to say, like, hey, dude, like, you said you wanted to make $300 this month, but you've literally not done anything to do that. So what are you doing? What can we do together? And having a success partner it's not to have somebody to like compete with. It's having somebody that you can share and work together with. They can be on our team. They don't have to be. Oh, you're fine.
Sorry.
No, it's mom life. Mine just so happened to be playing nicely in the other room, playing a board game. I'm like, what are you guys doing in there? Like, who? And Luke's still in bed. Enjoy your sleeping in, buddy. So that's something that, and we can talk a little bit more about like that in a separate post on the page. I know Erica Sisson and Mary Carolyn did a video in the Dream Team about having a success partner for your business. And I would really strongly encourage that. I've had two, both have kind of fallen off at some point and stopped working their businesses. So I've kind of just flied solo. Michaela and I have worked together pretty well in the past, but I feel like sometimes you need to have somebody on a different team that you can kind of collaborate with, or, just somebody that you don't know as well. So that way, you're challenging each other and encouraging each other along the way too. So I would say if that's something that you're interested in, or at least like a group text or a group, like a pod of some other people that you can check in with and say, listen, like, I really want to hit Success Club by the 15th. So I need you to stay on me and make sure that I'm doing my invites every day. Or, I need you to stay on me and check in with me every other day and make sure that like I'm doing the activities that I need to be doing to grow my business. And not being afraid to ask that other person or anybody else, dude, like, you got to help me out because I'm struggling to get motivated to do my work and whatever. So success partners tracking, I don't really have an agenda, but I did write some things down that I wanted to cover. So tracking is one of them. And I feel like we always come back to that on calls because we all use such variations of keeping track of your business. And I think I'm actually going to purchase a contact management thing. Like, I think I'm going to pay a monthly whatever, because all the things that I've done for free in the past, they work for a couple weeks and then I drop off. And I'm the worst when it comes to that stuff as far as tracking. And I default to my notebook. I default to a planner, and it's just total chaos. I go back and I look through and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I literally have not followed up with that person and I told them I would. So I think I'm going to pay for like a Teamsy thing or that social team builder, Jesse Reagan, that does social media training, has a brand new one that apparently is supposed to work wonders. So I might pay for that. And I will give you guys feedback on what I think, but I need something consistent, and I need something that takes the stress out of like carrying a giant notebook of names around with me, because it drives me crazy and I don't know where to, like, I just get totally lost. So I am it makes me feel really unorganized, and I already have anxiety. And when you're like completely disorganized, and it's a ball of stress. So, so I think I'm going to force myself, as my 2018 goal is to, we are supposed to take 10% of our income and put it back into our business. So spending the money on that, for me, if I can get it to work and do it, it's going to be worth the investment, especially if it's going to help me grow my business. So, so I would encourage all of you that are working your business to take a little bit of time and consider, like, what are some things that you think financially would be good for you to invest into your business? Do you struggle with, with tracking, with a tracking system like I do? Is that something that would be a good investment for you? Do you, is Facebook like page training something that you would be interested in doing? Is that something that would be a good investment for you? Instagram training. I mean, there are so many different things out there, and you can find a lot of free things on the internet. But what's going to be worth the investment for you? So I challenge you to take a look at your income every month and say, okay, you know what, 10% of my income is X. What would be worth the investment for me? Would it be spending money on Facebook ads? Would it be, paying a little bit for a training? What would be worth it? So I'm not saying you have to spend money to make money, but sometimes you have to spend money to make money. So if you can find something really good that works for free, awesome, even better. So a super little awesome surprise, and I'll do a separate post about this, but I guess Melanie Mitro has teamed up with Josh Coates, who I did one of his trainings. I didn't really like it because I wasn't a fan, but apparently he has some other trainings that are a little bit better. This one was just like a daily check-in, like check-in. How many people have you invited today? How many people have you talked to? So I wasn't a fan of that one because I felt like I don't need somebody to do that for me every day. I can do that on my own. I think it was more for like brand new coaches. But anyway, I love his trainings. I love, the little videos that he's done for Melanie and for the team. He's a really good Beachbody coach, leader, and motivator. So for the month of February, he is going to do a training for the Dream Team. And in order to qualify for that training, you have to be an Emerald coach and you have to hit Success Club in January. And the training is going to cost maybe $5, I think, depending on, I think maybe 10. I think it might depend on your rank, but those are the two requirements to get into the training: Emerald Coach and Success Club. And what that means for you is it's going to be like a 30-day push kind of training where he's going to walk through social media, team building, contacts, messaging, conversations, but on a more in-depth, like, you're going to kick ass in your business and this is how you're going to do it and we're going to do it together. Sort of thing. So I am super, super pumped about that. And I'll share a little bit more on that, and I'll put that on the calendar. I don't think we have an exact start date, but she has paid him some good money for him to do this for the team. So it's definitely going to be worth it to do that. And I don't think I have anything else. I'm going to look at my notes. So 80-Day Obsession. Oh, hi, Jennifer. 80-Day Obsession has a challenge group guide in the Coach Online office. I am personally running my 80-Day Obsession group on Facebook. I like the engagement on Facebook. I like the ability to do live videos, share videos from like Autumn's page. So as a coach, if you've purchased the Coach Bundle, then you should have received an email to join the Autumn Calgary's coach test group. That email should have come through with your order. And there's a little survey in there. It says like, you've been invited to the coach test group. So if you don't, even if you don't run a challenge group, I would say get in the coach test group because of this reason. I think there's like 22,000 coaches in there. It's a Facebook group. Autumn checks in daily and she like walks you through the program and gives awesome fitness, nutrition, training, meal plan, timed nutrition tips throughout the whole group. So what's great about that is if you are running a challenge group, being in that group, you can take those tidbits from her and share them within your challenge group. Kind of a nice little perk as a coach, being in that private test group of hers, that she's going to give us all these awesome nuggets of information. So not only do we have the challenge group guide, which I've looked through in the back office, and there's a lot of really good content in there. I mean, 80 days, what is it, 97 days or something, I think, that we're in the group together, or 90, I don't know, something like that. It's 3 months. And so there's a lot of content. And as, you know, a newer coach, or even somebody who gets burned out running more than a 30-day challenge group, that's a lot of stuff to post every single day. So I am going to rely heavily on that challenge group guide, and I'm going to go in and schedule my posts daily. So that way my posts pop up. I'm going to do that on Sundays. I'm going to put my posts out there, schedule them for the week, so then I don't have to worry about it, and then encourage people to check in on that post every day. If you are, and I'm not talking to just you guys, I'm talking to anybody who's listening to the recording, but if you need a challenge group, if you need an 80-day group, let me know, or check with your upline. I have one. I know several other coaches on here are doing an 80-day group, but get plugged in. And if you can bring 1 or 2 other people along, by all means do it. I did a post in my group the other day, a refer a friend post, and I got 2 referrals from it. Now, both people never signed up, but it was 2 brand new contacts, 2 brand new Facebook friends that I had never talked to before. So they are people that are going to be on my radar for 2018. Maybe they're not ready to dive into 80-day obsession yet. I talked to them about another challenge group, but that referral post generated new conversations. So if you are somebody who is looking for, you know, some new people to talk to, that's a really great way to do it. And I can share that referral post. And you can always make your own too. But that just kind of helped to do within a challenge group, or to even go back in through your old challenge groups. And I did, you know, if your person signs up with a bundle, then I'll send you a sampler of the performance line, or a 10-pack of Energize, or a, you know, sampler of Shakeology, or something like that, Daily Sunshine, whatever it is that they want. But one of those little sampler packs that's like 15 or 25 bucks or whatever, for that extra referral if they sign up. So 80-day, get in that coach test group, look for that email. In that email, there is a survey that you have to complete, and then that submits, and then you just request to join the Autumn coach test group. And after I completed my survey, I think it took 48 hours for me to get approved. So the nutrition plan launches tomorrow. I have no idea what that's going to look like, aside from what the Prepare to Be Obsessed, or A Little Obsessed workout nutrition plan looks like. It's going to be fairly similar. I've seen a little bit of it from a call that I was on in the Dream Team, and a lot of it's the time nutrition. And honestly, like, people are stressing about this time nutrition thing. People are like really freaked out about, like, what if I can't eat at this time? What if my food alarm goes off and I'm not able to eat? What do I do? It's life, guys. Like, it doesn't have to be crazy. And let these people know that, because I don't want to bring people into a group and they're going to see the nutrition plan and go, nope, it's not going to work for me. I quit. I can't do this. I'm sending it back. I'm going to return it. I'm going to, quit, shut down, cry, whatever it is. But I would just say, and I shared a video in my 80-day group from Autumn's personal page from like December 22nd. She did a video on the nutrition plan and was like, deep breaths. Like, it does not have to stress you out. If you can't eat every single meal and every container perfectly every single day for 80 days, like, don't stress about it. It shouldn't be stressful. Focus on trying to get the containers in every day. Focus on trying to keep your nutrition as good as you can. She said you do need to have some kind of a pre-workout meal, whether it's, a banana or whatever. And you do have to have that post-workout meal too, whether it's, just your protein shake. But she said you absolutely cannot work out and then just go to bed. Like, you have to put something in your body after your workout so it fuels your muscles for muscle growth and fat burning and all of that. So that's a really great little video. I can also share that. Just try to make this as easy for people as possible. If somebody's stressing out about it, maybe do a one-on-one call with them and say, like, listen, it's okay. It's going to be okay. You can do this. So, we're all doing it. We all have busy lives. We all have work and kids and chaos and travel and whatever all that other stuff is that gets in the way sometimes. So we can't expect it to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. So, and that's all I have. Does anyone want to, anybody that is actively working the biz, do a little goal check-in today or talk about what you're doing to move your business forward this week? Contacts, conversations, posts, your little schedule. So I'm going to tell you guys my little Target calendar thing from the Dollar Bin. I love this thing, and this makes things so much easier to just have a game plan. And those of you that use this, but to sit down and say, like, all right, Jennifer, I would definitely recommend joining the Coach Test group. Just so you have that extra information in there that comes from Autumn. Now, I didn't put that on my favorites, like in my, top groups or whatever, how you can save groups to your favorites. That's something that you can, do. But I know that I'm in that group, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to check into that group whenever I have some free time, just to look for some information. If anybody shares meal plans in there, I might snatch those up and share them within my group. When Autumn posts something, relevant to somebody in my group, I'll probably share that. And just try to check into that group and use that little bit of information just to kind of fuel my challengers and their growth and things like that. So I would, just to be in that as a coach, to get the extra coach nuggets, I would really recommend. And Sarah, that's fine. I figured you were doing that. Hockey mom. So for me, what I like to do is like set out my week like this, and just, some things that are on my radar that I want to post about, I write them down. So that way, if I'm ever stumped, I can be like, oh, like I actually wanted to talk about timed nutrition this week in a live video on my personal page. I actually wanted to go live and talk a little bit about low carb diets and keto. I got a really great, if you guys look on, I can share the link too. CNN posted an article about like the 10 worst diets of 2018 or something. And keto ranked at the absolute bottom, the very last, the worst one. Yes.
Daddy needs that coconut thing for.
Okay, I'll come up and get it in just a minute. Yeah, Jennifer. So whenever you ordered your coach bundle, you should have got an email that says like you've been invited to the autumn test group. If you just ordered like the whatever bundle of 80-day stuff you ordered. So I think most of us all ordered just the accessories, and then maybe added on the performance stack, like the protein and the Energize too. But if you just ordered the accessories, you should have got an email from Team Beachbody that says, welcome to, okay, are you going to order the 80-day stuff? Like the little, I think it's like what, $49.95 for the accessory bundle. And that comes with like what, the containers and the loops and the sliders and the this little like printed collateral thing. And then, what else? Is that it? So yeah, so if you order that, then you'll get an email that says, you know, you've been invited to join the coach test group. And then there's a little survey in there that you complete. And then once you complete that survey, there's a link to the test group page that you can join, and it sends that survey over. You have to put your Facebook link in there, and just do that. So I would probably at this point, to combat overwhelm, because you're right there, right at the beginning, it can seem a little bit overwhelming. Know that we all start at day one. We all start, you know, feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and that's normal. And it's kind of a change from, you know, like now you're on social media and now you're going to work a business on social media. So there are some things that we do a little bit differently when we start working a business on social media. But for right now, I would just specifically focus on, you know, working through the New Coach University. That's going to be the best source of information, that like chunk of concentrated information that's going to help you just get through the overwhelm and get started on the right track for these first, these first 30 days together. And then, you know, your challenge group that you're in with your upline, perfect. Like that is where you should be. As far as the other, like the team pages and stuff, like if I check into our team page every day. I don't always check into like Forever Fit or the Dream Team, unless I'm looking for some kind of information. If I have a question, or if I happen to see a post pop up that I can answer a question for. But I don't really go into there a lot, because I feel like if I just look in the Dream Team, then I start scrolling and seeing all these questions and posts, and it's a little overwhelming. So I would just really just try to focus on getting through that Coach University first. And then as far as your own social media goes, like you're doing a great job of sharing your story and starting to share those little tidbits and starting to share a little bit of, you know, what you're doing behind the scenes. I feel like the Facebook stories, the Instagram stories, those are a really great place to share the personal stuff and kind of just dive in a little bit. So like I share a lot of stuff behind the scenes on my Instagram stories and on my Facebook stories and stuff. And that's, you know, that's a really great place too. Like yesterday I was doing my workout on my Instagram stories. I took a little pause and was, you know, sweaty and out of breath. And I was like, guys, I just got to show you this real quick. Cause my kids were all like hunched together being cute, and they all had matchy clothes on. And just, you know, a little something that I wouldn't do a post about, but you're still able to share it behind the scenes. And what's nice about that is that it goes away in 24 hours. So, so if it's, you know, that you just finished your workout and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm drenched. I feel amazing. I'm so glad I pushed play today. Anything like that, you know, those are great little nuggets of information to share behind the scenes. But just that basic, you know, getting started step is probably going to be the most important right now. And know that like, if you don't post 3 times a day and you don't announce that you're a new coach and you're not inviting 3 to 5 people a day, like right now for the next 30 days, like that's okay. You're not going to get behind. You're not going to, it's not going to heavily impact your business. You're easing in to a new mindset and a new lifestyle. And it should be a little bit of a transition, and it shouldn't be uncomfortable, and it shouldn't feel like dirty or salesy or anything like that. It should be a little bit of a transition to where you're just getting familiar and finding what works best for you. And that will change continually along the way. Like there are still some days that I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing today. I have no idea, like, how did I get so behind? I'm super overwhelmed, but I have to like deep breath, push it down and say like, all right, this is my purpose today. My purpose is to project some kind of inspiration or feel goodness to somebody on social media. Who needs me on my A game today? Who needs me, to be a source of motivation today? And I have to think about that one person. I don't think about my, aunt who's my Facebook friend who's probably judging my posts anyway, or, my somebody from high school who I've talked to 16 times about a challenge group and they say no every time. I don't think about that. I just think about who's the one person that I can inspire today. Or maybe it's somebody that liked my post and I'm like, you know what? I know that she's been struggling, and if I can just speak to her today through my post, then that's what I want to do. And so I think as a coach, we are super blessed to have the opportunity to be that source of motivation and source of inspiration for other people. Yeah, we use Beachbody. We work with Beachbody, and Beachbody gives us some really awesome tools that help us build and grow a business. They give us incredible workouts. They give us amazing nutritional products. They have these brand new bars that are going to launch in April. They're like protein bars that are like not loaded with junk and are all natural, that are going to be such awesome snacks. And I'm really excited about that. They give us such great resources, and we don't have to do any advertising and marketing for them. We don't need to talk about, all the Beachbody stuff all the time. But what we can do is just be that inspiration, be the excitement. So, and you're right, being mindful of your posts is key. As far as Instagram, you can definitely do an Instagram account if you want to. If you want to have an extra place that you can kind of focus on fitness and stuff like that, I would recommend that. If there's something specific about you that it's what's great about Instagram is you can kind of just create your own name. Like mine is Fit Mommy Ashley, and that's become kind of my brand. That's my website. That's how you search my Facebook like page. That's what I use on all my posts that I do. I do like at Fit Mommy Ashley. So that's something you can think about doing too. And you can also link that to your Facebook page too. Now I wouldn't share directly from Instagram to Facebook. I would always copy and paste what you post on Instagram over to Facebook. If you're doing that, just because when you share, it just doesn't, it still gets posted, but Facebook recognizes it as a post from an outside source. So they don't always put it in people's news feeds to see, if that makes sense. There's this whole Facebook algorithm thing that you'll learn a little bit more about as we go. But that's something to think about. And you do have to order some kind of 80-day obsession to get into the test group. Whether that's just I would say that like the most reasonable way to do it is to order the accessories bundle, and that's like the $49.95 one. And you can order that. And then if you want to add in the performance, protein, and energize, it will give you that option at the checkout. And I think that makes it total like $115, which is a really amazing deal. If that's something that you want to try too. But yeah, just to get in the coach test group, you do have to order that. And I don't know how long that goes. Like, I don't know if they cut it off on the 14th or the 15th. I'll have to look at that and see what the details are. Let me just write that down. So, but yeah, when I find out, I'll let you guys know. So yeah, so I think that's it. So I'll work on that daily activity tracker. That way, if somebody wants, and I think in the file section in the team page, there are some of those in there that I've made in the past, and I might just kind of revamp one of our older ones. But it's like a business activity tracker that we get in Coach University. It's in the back office too. It's just a way to kind of pen and paper track your business and just kind of be a little bit mindful of the things that that active working coaches do daily to move and grow their business forward. I know that personally, if I want to see my business grow, I need to be talking to several people a day. And the kind of science is like for every 10 people you talk to and invite to, a challenge group or coaching opportunity or whatever, usually 1 out of 10 says yes. And where that seems like a crappy success rate, yeah, that's life though. I mean, people have other things they're doing. They, are busy. There's something that's preventing them from saying yes. And no doesn't always mean no. It means not right now. But just knowing that you're building those relationships, that you're setting people up for potential in the future, that you're just kind of putting the bug in their ear and planting that seed, then they'll continue to watch. And then when they are ready, they'll come back and say like, all right, Sarah, like, I'm okay. I've been watching you, you're getting these awesome results. You look amazing and you look happy. Like, what do I need to do? I want to drink the Kool-Aid. Tell me what you're doing. Give me something here. And then even then, it's not 100% that they're going to sign up, because you're going to talk to them a little bit about, hi, Dan. You're going to talk to them a little bit about what it is that you do and what we do in our challenge groups and what has changed for you. And even then people are like, well, yeah, I'm interested, but like, I don't think I'm quite ready to financially commit to that right now. And then at the very least, I always try to say, like, don't let them walk away with nothing. At least say, awesome, well, if you're interested in doing a trial, I can let you try out some of the workouts for a couple weeks and see what you think. Or if you're interested in, trying a sampler of the Shakeology, I can send you a link. If you're not 100% on the fence about Shakeology, why don't you do the sampler and then you'll try it for a week and tell me what you think. And that's always a great way to just give them something rather than say like, okay, and then your conversation's over. Because then they're going to think, well, she's only here to just sell me something. And if I'm not buying, like, she's out of here. So, so I always just try to recommend that, just giving them some kind of value, giving them something that they can still benefit from. So, Jennifer, there is an option to sign up with the club membership whenever you go. Like, I'm loving the BB Links sign up thing. So that is, you can Google that, BB Links, or I think it might be an app. And you can use that app and you can go in through membership. Let me just pull it up real quick. See if I can find it here. Okay. It is an app. So, and then it kind of looks like this. You can click on your challenge packs and stuff. And then you can do, let's see. Down at the bottom, there's a thing that says referrals, and then it says membership registration. So then you'll do, there's one that says free membership right here. And that just gives them a free Beachbody account. Beachbody On Demand membership. Let me look. Let me just see what that looks like. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize that this was, I thought it gave the, yeah, that might be in the Coach University too, but I'm just going to send it to myself and see what pops up. Okay. So I've clicked on Beachbody On Demand. So it gives you here's your challenge pack option. You can purchase that. Here's your 12-month. You can purchase that. Here's your 6-month, your 3-month, and I believe, yeah, so the 3-month plan, and this is always how it's done it. I just wasn't sure how the link popped up. It says build in 14 days. So that just means they get a 2-week free trial before they're charged that $39. So I just tell them, listen, like that gives you 2 weeks free access to Beachbody On Demand and all of the workouts. I don't think that they'll have access to 80-Day Obsession on there for some reason, but I could be wrong. But that's just how you sign them up. So when you send them that link through the BB Links thing, just tell them, okay, scroll down to the 3-month membership. It looks like you're going to be charged $39, but you won't be. You'll have 2 weeks free. Otherwise, you can sign them up with the Clean Week, free Clean Week thing. But yeah, that's how they do the 2-week free trial, is through the on-demand 3-month membership thing. And that's always a good way if you have somebody who's not really sure if they want to do home workouts or not. Like I have a lady who this past week, same thing. I just told her, like, listen, like she's like, I'm not a home workout person. I only work out at the gym, but I've got to do something different. Something's got to change. I need some motivation. So we talked about challenge group. She wasn't interested. I said, listen, you've got the option to do 2-week free trial. See if these workouts are for you. She said, okay, cool. Let me think about it. So at least I didn't let her leave with nothing. So so just consider that too when you're talking to people, when you're working through conversations, that that if you can give them any kind of value, or if it's something somebody's struggling with nutrition, if you think about them and you're like, man, I know she's not interested in a challenge group right now, but at least I can send her a really great recipe that I think she would really like. Little things like that, that's great. Does not have to take up a ton of your time. And does not have to be something that requires you to take time away from your family too. So that's all I have for you guys. I know it's 9 o'clock. I didn't want to stay on too long, but if you guys have any other questions or anything, go ahead and post them in the video and or in the little Zoom link that I posted. And then we'll kind of just go from there. So I hope you guys all have an awesome Sunday. Thanks for taking time on your morning to get on. And yeah, happy 2018. You guys have a great day. Bye.